a foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. Is the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for every breath that I
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 835. Tuesdays, we talk about professionalized wrestling at our new time officially. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter, and we are post NXT with the runover and then the technical issues. It's just like the good old days. No, I tried to update things and things got weird. And so this is going to be fun because I'm going to make a lot of facial expressions and I'm going to use my hands to talk a lot for the video people. And the fun thing is, no matter what I put on this screen, Mad Mike in Beacon, New York will not be able to see it because something is broken with the feedback.
Yeah, the fun part is I don't even know when you cut to me at this point.
No, you're like, I don't know if I'm picking my nose on the screen. I don't know if I'm taking a big swig of something. I don't know what's going on.
So, in other words, you're saying I should always be taking a sip of something. and
It's
always
just
be
imagine
picking my
there's
nose.
nobody out there, Mike. Imagine
Okay.
nothing's happening. Imagine it's the good old days when we're fully an audio podcast and there's an AOL chat room on TalkShoe. There's nothing to see here. Like literally for you, I guess.
Yeah, you are the John Cena of the podcasting world because I can't see you.
You can't see this show, Mad Mike.
Right.
You can't see what I've added to the background over here that you would probably enjoy greatly. But you
No,
can't see. You can't see the what wrestler I'm supporting this week with my T-shirt pick. You can't
Okay.
see if I actually combed my hair.
The feed is freezing for Tina too.
The feed is freezing, they say. I'm not
Yes.
seeing that on this side. I think it's a
I'm
Facebook
seeing it on
issue.
my end too.
I think it's a Facebook issue.
Okay. Okay. But
All
yeah, I
'Cause
can't.
I
see
have
shit
no
working.
warnings on my side. Again, it must be a Facebook issue.
Basically, I am using the Force to podcast this week.
Using the Force.
Yeah, I turned off my locator. An old wispy man with a beard
What?
is telling me sweet nothings in my ear, telling me to use the Force.
Wait, what?
Sword.
Oh, sweet nothings. Oh, okay, I got you. I
Yeah,
got
there you go. I'm like,
catching up.
this is Star Wars. Like it's not that obscure of a
Hey,
reference.
what? The Star War?
Yeah, you've seen a Star Wars.
I've seen a Star War or two.
Yeah, this is from the first Star Wars.
The first Star War.
You know where Luke stops trying to look for the hole and just uses the Force to find the hole.
It's a good metaphor for life, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
I think personally.
I mean, and especially since it was first time looking for the hole and he didn't pick the wrong hole.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
you definitely don't want to put your Womp Rat in the wrong hole.
Yeah,
tell you.
I mean, who hasn't made that mistake their first go around?
I mean, who among us? Sorg?
Who among
Who
us?
among
Who among us? Anyways, earphones. And I do have some background stuff up to make sure we are good with the feed. So just to be safe, we're keeping an eye on it. And Facebook, I hate Facebook right now. Just hate Facebook so hard.
You know what? Facebook's like it's too fucking late for you guys to be streaming.
Yes. Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? It's past your bedtime.
Come on.
Anyway, so this is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. You can check out everything at that email address.
Good time.
Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, 412-206-WMAS0. Also, you can tweet us at Mayhem Show. Check us out on the Facebook page and group. And, of course, we're over on Discord and Reddit if you want to start a conversation over there. And special note, we are now starting live at after 10 p.m. Eastern Time, or when NXT's overrun ends. We're getting booted up. So we are adjusting things because we don't want to overplay on wrestling. We don't want to overlap on wrestling that people may want to watch. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And actually it was a pretty good one tonight. But I don't want to be an NXT recap show either, but it's more just kind of a respect to that product. Although
Don't worry, everyone. I'm still going to talk plenty of trash about AEW.
There you go. See, it's not going to distract us from the most important things that happen on this show, right, Mike?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and also thank you to our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. First of all, we should bring attention to our new Patreon supporter.
Mm-hmm.
We should have trumpets or something like this. I need to set up this. There you go. That's why I never hooked up the soundboard sitting over here, because Mike is the soundboard.
Sorg, if I could give you a soundboard full of my mouth tunes, you know I would.
Phrasing. Okay. But anyways.
I don't see how that's phrasing.
Sure it is.
Okay.
Wow. But anyways, so we have our new, and you got the how we are supposed to say the new Patreon's name, because that is
absolutely
one of the benefits. Coming in at the Poppy Club level is
Aiden the Hustler, just the biggest hustler and WWE, AEW, GCW fan walking this island of Ireland.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know.
I have to say that every week now.
Yep.
Okay, can you put that in Slack? Can you copy and paste that in Slack so I can copy and paste it into the doc?
Yeah, sure. He also responded to a tweet for us.
Okay.
So.
Oh well, my tweets got buried. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So thank you for catching that. But jeez.
Hey, that's something that not a lot of people,
Yeah.
take advantage of.
But everybody takes that much advantage of it. This is going to be a long show just to get through the opening.
We turn into Ron Burgundy if you pay us money.
That is true. Well, let's get to everybody else who supports the show, including our friends at the fan of the show level. Bo Diggity! Woo! As well as Ed Burke, Team Hammerfist, and Bobby FJ Town at the $5 Poppy Club level. Our friends David Podner and what you just said. So I don't have it in front of me. A Pizza Club level, Doc Remedy and The Riz, and at the manager level, Bradley and the Mother of Dragons, Tina. And I apologize. When I was checking the updates on Patreon, I did not realize at the beginning of the month of October, OccupyProWrestling.com is back at the manager level. So thank you to go check them out. Our friends Alex over there at OccupyProWrestling.com, a longtime supporter of the Wrestling Mayhem Show. So, but anyways, what is happening on? Okay, and you guys can support the show too at Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. I had I wrote a letter to the Patreon today. So about the did you come across that? I didn't know if you get pinged on those.
No, I don't. You know me, Sorg. I give us money when it strictly benefits me for Mayhem meeting.
Yes, exactly. So, no, it was just a little something about, I was giving some props, and somebody who's been helping us out greatly of some of the behind-the-scenes stuff around the show, and also kind of an explanation of what we're doing, the scheduling, and why we're doing the scheduling, and I, maybe a little bit about my own personal mental health. So, because we all need to take care of ourselves. We need to put the oxygen mask on ourselves before we put it on the baby or the co-host. So, take that how you will.
When do I get my oxygen mask?
Eventually.
Okay,
so,
cool. I guess I'll just suffer with my inhalers.
Okay.
I'll just suffer in silence. It'll be fine.
That'll be fine. Well, it won't be completely silent because there will be wheezing. So
that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I think that's how that works. So,
it's definitely how it works.
Yes. So, anyways, let's get it. So, I know I promised we're not going to be an NXT recap show, but we're completely going to talk about NXT at the top of the show because there was a Halloween Havoc this weekend. Fantastic. It was wonderful and completely stupid all at the same time, and that was a positive statement.
Yeah.
So you watched it, of course.
I did.
I watched it. I caught it. I watched it throughout Sunday, which it was having a really kind of depressed day on Sunday, and then I watched Halloween Havoc, and it was kind of my "it gets better" moment. I think it's a good way to put that. Yeah. So great matches. My problem, and we had a visitor tonight. Bailey Ruxpin was visiting a studio before the show and watching NXT, and we were like there's a big reveal on NXT tonight for Schism, and we're like, I don't know who that is. So like they're having these big like sweeping.
How did you not know who that was?
Who was that? Who the fuck was that?
That's The Rock's daughter, Sorg.
Oh no, I don't know what Rock's daughter looks like. Are you kidding me?
I'm surprised, honestly.
No, unaware. Okay.
With how much $7 production you seem to be hip to the scene on.
I am hip to the $7. Oh my God, we gotta talk about. Did you watch? Black
By
Adam?
the way, you were absolutely right.
Hmm.
There was a $7 production at the end of that. That was the post-credit scene of Black Adam.
Mm-hmm.
The $7 production logo.
There was no post screen, right?
No, there was.
No. Listen, I downloaded the Run P app, so I don't have to sit through credits and get disappointed. So, but anyways, okay, so the Rock's daughter is there, and that's the thing. Sure. So Halloween Havoc, love the main event. Dragunov and McDonough.
Sorg, we have an Irish Patreon now. You need to learn how to pronounce this stuff.
Oh, okay.
All right.
They will be the one to be my personal corrector. Okay. McDonough.
JD
McDonough.
It's like Triple H saying done.
But not.
I'm done now.
But not as the reader from the book that we were talking about last week.
It's Triple H being done with his McDonald's Happy Meal. I'm McDonough. There you go.
You know what? I like doing this show an hour later. I'm a little bit more loopy from the day and had a little bit more coffee, and your very unfortunate jokes are that much funnier.
Hey, that's how I got married.
Late night jokes? Only talking to her when she's tired?
Someone finding my jokes funnier and funnier as the night progressed.
Oh no. Yeah, and that was the hold on to this one.
Yeah, I exactly. I told her, I'm like, they're only gonna get worse. You keep laughing, the jokes will get worse and worse. But
I mean, they've been getting progressively worse for the last 15 years of this show. So I mean,
sooner or later, I'm going to hit rock bottom. Get it?
Hey! And then also be a member of Schism.
And $7 production.
Yes, and also an extra in Black Adam too. But by the way, I made this decision without telling you. We used to do on the Monday show. We did kind of a full spoilerly talk about movies thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to keep doing that in After Talk.
Well, yeah, I would imagine.
But it's going to be a Patreon exclusive.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we're going to convert this, okay? You guys gonna have to do it on the Patreon, and that way we're not publicly like, hey, so had a heart attack in Clerks 3, not who you thought, Listen, it's fucking out. I don't fucking care. Spoilers, whatever. He fucking dies, okay? Anyways, are you still with me? I'm afraid that oh no. I think I lost Mad Mike. I'm alone on this show right now. That joke knocked him off. Okay, we're going to see what's going on there. Is it the computer? Is it the call? Is it the internet itself? Am I online? I don't
know.
Oh, you're back. He's back.
I'm back.
He's back.
It just completely
What
dropped
is
out.
happening tonight?
I don't know.
Jeez, I want to speed test real quick and make sure like the internet's doing what it's supposed to. I don't have a lot going on here. It's all the usual stuff. So, I think something's just wonky out there in internet lands. So, so anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, let's get back to Halloween Havoc. Okay.
Yes. Let's.
I think you are more.
Which, by the way, R-Truth thought was tonight.
Right. Exactly. Let's talk about R-Truth.
Wait, hold on. Do you want to talk about Halloween Havoc or you want to talk about R-Truth?
No, you brought up R-Truth, so I want to talk about R-Truth.
Okay.
R-Truth, one, has popped up after like not really being around for the last several months.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently he's Beetlejuice because I think they said Truth like 3 times yesterday and he showed up.
Oh, well, no, he was the Joker tonight. But
wait. But last night, yeah.
I think he was supposed to come out singing, wearing the mask.
Okay.
But he just said on camera the mask was too hot. You know you have job security when you can just roll out to a show and be like, yeah, I was supposed to do this. I'm not gonna.
Like, that's great. Live TV, guys. Live TV with the truth, and he will tell the truth. It's fantastic. So, geez. No, I'm glad he's back. It's the humor we need. It's great. I'm sorry, I have nothing else on that. I'm just happy to see Archie back and watching him defy time and aging. Apparently,
I like Truth not being obsessed with the 24/7 championship,
which we haven't seen. We talked about last week. It's on house shows, but we haven't seen it yet.
Because the past 2 years, we've gotten some great Truth moments, but once the 24/7 title kind of moved on from him, then it became less and less intriguing.
That was his belt.
No, it wasn't his fault, but the whole
no, it's his belt.
It's his. I mean, technically, really it's not.
He made that belt worth something.
I don't know. He had a hand in it, but there were others that contributed.
Yes, I mean, can't fill an entire 24/7 without more people, but still, he's the one that spearheaded that. He was the person behind most of the interactions there, even when he was like being the second to somebody. But anyways, Halloween Havoc. You know more of these names than I do.
Yes, definitely.
Hit me with your highlights from Halloween Havoc.
I was worried when I was looking at the card. I was like, the 2 main title matches don't really have gimmicks to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was concerned about that.
Or at least they didn't.
Yeah, I was concerned about, with every triple threat, it's inherently no DQ. So, you can have stuff there. But, the women's title match, I'm like, it seemed weird that they weren't doing something with it. And then, boy, did they. Because Alba Fire just decided to rent a haunted house for the night and to lure Toxic Attraction there.
By the way, maybe the worst
during the show.
Maybe one of the worst haunted houses I've seen, but
oh, it was good fun though.
Oh yeah.
It was real good.
I feel like
fun.
I've been to this haunted house.
I love that JC and Gigi were actually attacking some of the haunted house. It wasn't like Cameron Grimes being constantly scared of everything, but if someone popped out, they'd kick it or hit it with a knee and stuff. I'm like, that's wonderful, but you still end up getting thrown in a freezer. So that's how that works. Also, I'd like to know how far away that place was if JC and Gigi were still able to, I guess, Uber back from the haunted house.
It's Orlando. You know how many haunted houses are probably in Orlando right now?
That's a fair point.
Yeah, I mean,
there's probably a bunch.
you have the Universal ones, right? And I'm sure there's some kind of Disney boo going on too. But I'm sure
that one's not so scary.
No, but I'm sure there's every
that's the theme. It's not so scary.
Everybody that can put together a haunted house is to try to attract some of the vacationers, right?
Yes.
I mean, have to be. So
yes.
But anyways. So that was my only issue with that, Mike, was we did this whole haunted house thing. They got taken out and left behind. She Ubered her her lifeless body in to continue to have a match, which they ended up showing. Which I'm not one to harp on wrestling logic a lot, but we did this whole thing, and then basically it didn't matter because they showed up and screwed up the match anyways, right? And the whole point was to leave them behind and not be a factor.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, bring them somewhere further away then. I don't know. It's just I figured that we weren't going to make the change because we're coming up on 1 year of Mandy being champion.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a funny feeling that it wasn't going to change hands regardless of what was going on. Because this is also, I think, Alba Fire's second chance at Mandy. So I don't know who they're waiting for. Like, it might be Roxanne. Because she's kind of free and clear of Cora Jade now.
Mm-hmm.
So, who knows? I like the match, though. Like, Mandy's still on an incredible run.
Mm-hmm. No, and we're doing a celebration next week, which is good. I think I like what they're doing with that. It's still strong. I don't know a lot of these faces, but there's a lot of good stuff happening there in the women's division, and I'm loving what they've done with Mandy. Like, she's not. I was watching that match and I was like realizing, like, wait, she came here off of the Otis stuff, didn't she?
Oh, she sure did.
Yeah, like that was and it wasn't like the Otis thing and
the shortened angle with her and Sonya because of all the real life stuff that happened with Sonya.
Yeah, because Sonya had some issues too. So, like, what a rebuild, and that's what I'm liking about NXT is like it is really the reset place. Apollo Crews going down there had a great match, the casket match with Grayson Waller. Who, again, I've only seen him a handful of times, but that dude impresses me every freaking time. T-Bar's coming down, Dijakovic, or whatever.
Dude, the match between Dijak and Braun Breaker is gonna slap. That's gonna be real good.
That's your big meaty men slapping meat of the night. Dude, that guy can move, and he's been doing. And by the way, he was turning in. Didn't he have like a trilogy of matches with like Ali? Sorry, why is his name escaping me?
Keith Lee?
No, Ali.
Oh,
Mustafa. Yeah, the T-Bar and Ali were having some main event
they
matches
must have been. They were on main event.
On main event, yeah. Like,
on main event.
I was starting to hear about.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
those random was like, hey, so and so are having a baller trilogy over on main event. Go watch it. Like comes up on Twitter every once in a while. Like that was one of those. They're like, you got to see what they're doing down here. Go fire up your Hulu and check this out. Or whatever. Like when that cuts through, something's up, So, and that guy's so impressive, and it's sad that he got kind of stuck in this weird thing, and the only one that didn't get repackaged, out of Reckoning. But
Retribution. Reckoning was Mia Yim.
Oh, that's right. Whatever the hell it was, stupid. God, that was a bad time. That was.
It could have been. It could have been so.
It could have been
too.
something. It could have been.
It
something.
could have been really good. Like
But man,
if Mustafa had been given the U.S. title when he first started Retribution, that could have made all the difference.
Absolutely.
It could have turned them from the core to the Nexus.
And
it really could have.
Hey, a note for live here. Apparently, Facebook's having problems across the board with live streams. So if you are having problems, please, I encourage you to go to the Wrestling Mayhem Show or IndyWrestling.us YouTube page or the Twitch for either or Sorgatron Media and Indie Wrestling. We're seeing no troubles on the back end here, so you can hop in here, and I think we'll be good to go here. So
yeah, it's much better.
Yeah. So Tina's already.
And Garza's not here for the first time.
Right now that everybody's like joined us on the YouTube, it's like, come on, what are you doing, man? What are we doing? But anyways, no, a lot of good stuff there. I liked it. I Shotzi being a part of it. I'm growing on Quincy, of course, as well, because I know that's been one of your favorites kind of coming up here. And it is funny, like people are kind of I'm watching people react to Quincy. They're like, "What the hell's going on here?" You know, because you know, it's something different. You know, that you're not expecting on WWE TV of all places, right? Maybe an indie show.
Oh, but I fucking love it.
Yeah, I mean, like we've seen this kind of character on indie shows. You know, maybe some on IndyWrestling.us. But you know, so you know. I don't know. I'm still
It's
wait
something
and
we
see
need
on
more
it.
of.
Yeah, sure.
It's something
just
we need more of.
something different and representative, right?
Dude,
And
the guy radiates personality.
mm-hmm.
Like his in-ring stuff might not be there yet. I don't know. I've only seen like 1 or 2 of his matches.
Right.
They've been mostly squashes. So
Mhm.
who knows what his matches are going to be like when he gets into like a second gear or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, personality is already there.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
in-ring can come with time.
Yeah.
He's kind of like WWE's version of Jade.
Wait,
A little bit.
wait. Quincy in NXT.
Yeah.
Is WWE's version of Jade.
Mhm.
Okay, we're talking about in-ring ability, not persona. Right. So, just to clarify.
I mean, don't you think they'd get along?
Yo, I think Quincy could be a good baddie. Yeah. Okay.
This is
I guess.
what I'm
I
saying.
guess I'm visualizing this.
This is
in
exactly
the-
what I'm saying.
in the world where Tony Khan has bought WWE, and I'm living in my fantasy world tonight, Mike.
Oh God, don't know.
Listen, in my world, Tony Khan
No,
buys WWE.
no. Let's live in the world where
And
Paul Heyman
because-
buys AEW.
Where Paul Heyman buys AEW.
Yeah,
Where-
it's like James Gunn becoming in charge of DC.
okay.
That's the
Is
analog.
that what's happening right now? By the way.
Yes.
Oh
that's
yeah.
What's happening.
It's the
Yeah.
Gunniverse. That
It's
we
the
should probably
Gunniverse.
change that. That's probably not okay.
It's
So-
the Gunverse.
The Gunniverse. It's still not okay. So
It's
I
Gunniverse
still don't feel
travels.
good about this. So
It's Gunniverse travels.
Gunniverse. Oh, jeez, he went there.
Yeah, I sure did.
What the fuck? So, no, it was good. So next one's NXT Deadline. I think coming up in December.
Yes.
So
on the same day as Final Battle.
Oh, okay. All right. That'll be a big wrestle weekend, and that is.
Yeah, it'll probably be in the
Oh my
afternoon.
God, that is the same weekend because it's the 17th, isn't it?
I believe so.
Jeez, you know how much shit's happening that day?
I do not.
Okay, in my world, a lot of shit's happening that day.
Okay.
A lot of live productions have been poked at me for that day. So let's put it that way. That are going to be competition to both of those things.
Oh, December 10th, Enos.
Oh, 10th. That's easier. That will not be in front of the pay-per-view debut for VCW because that's on Sunday. So, because I think Ring of Honor is the 17th. So,
No, well, whatever day Ring of Honor is, it's the same day as
it is.
Deadline.
Well, it's in my calendar. I just know that. I mean, we know how good I am about my calendar. When
Absolutely.
I fucking
What day is it? No
when
one
I
knows.
fucking put Bound for Glory on the wrong day of the week, and we talked
Mhm.
about it on the show as if it was going to be a Saturday pay-per-view.
Yep.
And I and I pulled it up the pre-buy on Friday. I'm like, why does it say it's starting in 4 hours?
I'm pretty sure I even said if it wasn't on Friday, I might have gone to it because it was in Albany.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But anyway, but I will say, I wanted to save this for what I learned, but I might forget, so I want to
Okay.
say it now.
Sure.
So before I say, what are your thoughts on Pretty Deadly?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know. Hey, there's something. There's something. They're
Okay.
characters. I don't like them. I think that's the point, but I don't
Okay.
like them. So,
Sorg, I'm going to say something that might help you because it took me a while.
mm-hmm.
Took me a while to determine what I feel about Pretty Deadly because I'm like, okay, these two they're charismatic. They're into their looks. They're like, they're champions, obviously, multi-time champions at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something like ticked me like I should enjoy these guys, and I don't know why. I finally figured it out probably about a month ago. They're the male Iconics.
Oh shit, they are.
Yep. Weird accents, funny backstage segments, sexual tension, average wrestling. They're the male Iconics. And honestly, I'm here for it.
Okay. All right.
Honestly, I'm here for it.
Side play check.
Exactly. That's the
Mhm,
new.
mhm.
That's it. It's basically halfway to doing the iconic pose.
It kind of okay. You got me there.
It's halfway. It's actually doing the iconic pose,
Yeah.
but sideways.
Yeah. But it'll be like with a new thing. You're not
Yeah.
as polished, right? Well, again, they're in NXT. This is where they're getting to it, right?
Mhm.
So so
I mean, this is not that anyone who knows me. That I mean, that is the highest compliment.
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I keep forgetting. Are the Iconics retired or on hiatus?
No one really knows right now because Cassie is pregnant.
Yeah, so I mean that feels like a hiatus situation.
Yeah, I'd love to see Billy come back and just like peddle her resume around to people.
You know what?
I love that gimmick.
Wouldn't it be great if she did that just across promotions now? She just forbidden doors herself across like NWA,
I would love that.
NWA, Impact, and AEW.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
Honestly,
like I just want to see the interaction of Billy Kay showing her resume to Minoru Suzuki.
oh my gosh, yes. Oh my god!
I
And
want
she
to
does it
see.
across indies. She shows up. She shows up at Defy Saturday and pedals at the Suzuki. She shows up at I was gonna say New Japan, but there's not really any women's wrestling in American New Japan.
Right.
I mean, we're kind of just starting it over there, but anyways, hell, she shows up at Choco Pro.
Yep.
It
Mhm.
does that. Why not? Right?
Honestly, give me Billy Kay and Maki Ito. Like I want Billy to be
My heart.
the fangirl of their band.
Yes. Oh man. Well, a few places I love to see Billy Kay cameo, or some of our friends over at IndyWrestling.us. You can go check out you can check out the shovel full of wrestling shows over there. 3 of our wrestling shows, which I think are all 3 new shows that were happening for the month, happened last weekend. Because schedules, and those are all already up there. Also brand new, we figured out how to do some streaming over on the network. I'm about 80% ready for that, and that might lead to something pretty cool here in a couple weeks that we will be doing. Just take a look at that wrestling schedule that's over on the Spotlight, and just take note of a few things. There might be some things happening there. But anyways, so you go over there, Top Rope Tabletop, the latest Top Rope Tabletop with our friends Pro Wrestlers Playing Dungeons and Dragons, Justin Idol, Tatiana, Tyler Klein, one of the Rise Tag Team Champions, as well as Keith Hott on Dungeon Master. Oh, Tony Kincaid's there too. And it was the Halloween edition. Mike, did you see the pictures from this?
Wait, the Halloween what?
The Halloween edition of Top Rope Tabletop. Did
I
you
have not
see
seen-
Tyler Klein as Thor from Love and Thunder? Did you see?
No.
Did you see? Did you see Justin Idol as Eddie from Stranger Things?
I have not. No.
Give me one moment. I'm going to try to pull it up here for the Twitter. It was wonderful. They had an epic adventure the other night, last Friday night. You can go check it out.
Were they playing as those characters?
No. They were playing as their D&D characters, but still they were dressed up. We decorated the set. There's still some Halloween decorations around the studio from at least over in there. I guess we haven't entirely decorated. I mean, I guess not for Halloween technically, but they had a lot of fun there, and we're decked out pretty good. So, here they are. So if you're on the video with us, I know Mike isn't. So there is a.
I'm watching on YouTube.
There you go. You'll get it in a second. There, there's Justin Idol. Grew out his hair for this one as Eddie, and also, of course.
Oh wow,
Tyler.
that's a look.
And Tyler Klein with the Stormhammer and everything too. And Tatiana also dressed up for the occasion she borrowed a witch hat. So because we had a few decorations. Oh, that's where all the feathers came from. I'm like, why is Jeff the Roomba picking up all these feathers this morning? And now I know. They're all over this. Tatiana has left so much of herself all over the studio. But anyways, IndyWrestling.us. Phrasing. Okay. Diagram me that one later, Mike. So
I'd rather not.
Shit. Oh my God! What else is happening in wrestling we need to touch on this week?
Sorry, there's a lot happening.
Oh, there's a lot happening. It's like, where do you want to go with this? We'll talk about the pay-per-view after the break this weekend for WWE.
Pay-per-view this weekend?
Shit, that's next weekend.
That's next week.
Okay, we'll talk about we'll talk about my shows this weekend.
Okay. I also wanted to mention, Sorg, did you happen to catch the weird call into the Performance Center on NXT?
Yeah, there's a lot of creepy voice people happening in WWE right now.
Yeah, there is.
What was that? So I'm watching on the Xfinity app, and it got all weird kind of thing. So I didn't catch the beginning of it, and I don't understand it. What the hell is happening?
I'm intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I don't know if we should be running something like this at the same time as the Schism.
I know what has happened, Mike. This is what's going on.
Oh, okay.
The NXT parking lot has become self-aware.
Oh.
The NXT parking lot is going to
it's going to take down.
It's going to take form.
Yes. If the NXT parking lot were to take form, who would you have it take form as? Because for me, it's Akira Tozawa.
Akira Tozawa,
one of the first casualties.
I think
lot.
if it's going to take form, and I'm going to broaden these ideas, I'm going to say Ishii.
Okay.
Because he's just like a brick house, anyways. So
okay. That's fair. Sorg, I have a question for you. Actually, it's more of an apology to you and to everyone else.
Apology? You're apologizing on this show?
I'm apologizing for something.
What the hell?
So I realize I've been saying for the past couple weeks that it's almost boss time.
Mm-hmm.
See, what I didn't realize was my Fitbit was tuned to the wrong settings. And my Fitbit has actually been telling me when it's almost cross time.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was a tweet tonight where we're standing there backstage, and it says, "This is my Galaxy now." And the comment was like, "What?"
Well, that's because Bobby didn't realize what Nikki Cross's shoot name was.
Oh, okay. What's her shoot name?
Nicola Glenn Cross.
Nicola Glenn.
So Cross is still in there, but
Okay.
But yeah, we're back to Nikki Cross.
Yay! No,
we're back to Nikki Cross.
Not the maddening name that drove me nuts because it was repetitive before.
Yes.
So no.
It's like the redundancy of superhero department.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Okay. Well, no, that's good. Which is weird because so Mike, I have part of my life reattunement with Monday nights is I now watch Raw at 11 o'clock after my DVR is done recording it.
Oh boy.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to catch a few things. I know. I want to get spoiled, or maybe actually I went and saw Amsterdam. I went and saw a movie, a wonderful movie, by the way. Well, actually it was really fucking dark and kind of depressing, but wonderful. But in a wonderful way. Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, and Washington, I know is his name. Chris Rock's in the film, pretty slap. But anyways, but what was the point I was getting to? Oh, there were tweets that I thought Sasha Banks did come back because I thought I saw tweets about her coming back.
She did not.
She did not. Don't believe
I would assume if that's happening, it's happening.
Whatever is happening with the Twitter algorithm is giving me wrestling bullshit on a regular basis. Whether it be awkward, like here's Alexa Bliss's ass pictures that make you feel creepy, Or well, I know why I'm.
Hey,
getting,
but that's because you follow JR and he likes those
I
pictures.
don't follow
so.
JR. I actually don't follow JR. It could be the thing. No, just the wrestling community in general, unfortunately. Again, don't read my YouTube comments. But anyways.
But by the way, Tina in the chat says Nikki Cross, her gimmick back in her ICW days was best wrestler in the galaxy.
Oh, so she's just, God, this is what I've been talking about. We're allowed to do what brought us to the fucking dance. Great. Hey, you know that great stuff that we hired you because of? Fucking do that on TV. Shit. Johnny Gargano being Johnny Gargano and a smartass? Fucking do that on TV. Great.
When he said to Miz, after Miz gave him the get well card for Candice, he said, "You're rich, put some money in it." I lost my mind. I lost my damn mind. Like, he opened the card. He said, "Oh, that's actually very nice." He opened the card. He's like, "You're rich. There should be money in here." So wonderful.
I'm not
Absolutely
hating him
wonderful.
getting involved with JBL and Baron Corbin. The cowboy hat dance, cowboy hat dance was tremendous.
I do want JBL to stay off of commentary though.
Yeah, okay.
No, because I don't know if it was someone in his headset, but before the commercial break and after the commercial break, there's a marked difference in what JBL is saying about Johnny Gargano.
Okay.
Because before the commercial, he was burying Johnny Gargano.
He was burying him like as an indie guy, right?
Yeah. As like, yeah, and then like, I don't know if someone got in his ear, but they course corrected on that real quick.
Okay. All right.
But I would rather JBL just be a loudmouth manager that we hear. Like Jimmy Hart. Like a tall Southern Jimmy Hart.
I agree with you, but I understand why they're putting him on commentary since he has a history of that. So
I know, but him and Graves,
and then I mean, and I know, it gets kind of cringe because the way they go about things, but also it's the way they had to go about things for how long, right?
Yeah,
because
but him and Graves just drown out Kevin Patrick. They drown.
Oh, Patrick needs some balls of commentary. Like, he is definitely not
Sork. He's
stepping
British.
up. Were they calling him Shamrock the other night?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Wait, hold on. Now I need to look if Kevin Patrick is Irish, because if I just called him British, I offended our new.
Was like what
our
our
new
truth did
patron.
tonight with Waller.
Yeah. Okay, I apologize. He's from Ireland.
Okay,
So
all right.
I apologize.
No, that is
he's Irish. So yeah, he needs some balls.
I'm
So
bad.
I was gonna say, if he was British, he was already showing
Wouldn't it be great?
his balls, basically.
Wouldn't it be great if Sheamus like showed up and tried to like kind of help, really?
If he was the brawling commentator, that'd be great.
Well, yeah, but he was a commentator for the Brawlers. Yeah, he was their like personal commentator, and they're trying to like, I wish that like I just wish they were on the same show. So like when they're getting really bad, like they're like Corey's like really like sticking it to him all night, and then like the Brutes come out for their match like halfway through the show, and they'd be like, so we hear what you've been saying back here, Corey, and just a little bit of knuckle cracking behind him, kind of thing.
Like, you're messing with our fella here.
Yeah, and then Pete Dunne just like magically flies over the. Listen,
there's been a lot of flying over the announcement.
I know that Pete Dunne is becoming more Pete Dunne-ish in his current role. But I did like random Pete Dunne flies out of the frame at people, because that was a special thing. Did they do a media scrum on Saturday with Shawn Michaels? Because there was a lot of interviewee stuff, and I saw tweets of like, Shawn Michaels said this, blah 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 blah. I'm like, did you do a podcast? And I realized, they must have done like a post show Facebook Live or something.
If they did, I didn't see it.
Okay. Because I know one bit of news that came out that was Sean talking about, confirmed that in 2023 they are I think we're expecting to see NXT Europe, but I think they're saying we're also expecting to see an NXT Japan and Mexico.
Oh, apparently they did do a post-show media call.
Okay, and they've done that in the past.
It looks like it was just with Fightful.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
Interesting.
actually, no. I don't know. It's showing up on a whole bunch of different videos, so it might have just been something that.
Oh yeah, they'll take that video and repost it for
Yeah.
sure since it's news, so they kind of can. So again, and part is confirming as well. But I think that's interesting. I don't know if that's going to be a directly like. I mean, we still have a performance center over the UK, I believe. I don't think they shut that down when they shut down, quote unquote NXT UK. There's no reason for them to stop training unless they're really good.
Oh no, I'm sure. I'm sure they're just.
Yeah, they're still training and stuff out there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But no, interesting that they're gonna have Japan. They're gonna have Mexico. I imagine we'll have network Peacock shows related to those as well. I'm interested to see what happens out of that because I'm really impressed with. I mean, there's been a European invasion of sorts on NXT. Great one. I think some of the best of the NXT UK brand came over. Obviously, there's a lot of Walter came over, Gunther, and that crew over on SmackDown and everything like that. I think it's been other than and again, this was what did they say? COVID delayed this, and they're finally kind of getting around to it now that things are opened up, right?
Yeah, because there's probably people that were going to be moving from NXT UK to NXT. At some point.
But they needed to keep the NXT UK going, and they were kind of stuck there for
and
a
plus,
bit.
it's also probably people who are willing to move to the States.
Yeah, that's the other question too. So, and also understanding there has been issues with that because they kept letting people go and getting really messed up in green cards. So there was a lot of like, what are we doing, guys? So, but now that that feels cleared up, we're kind of at that point. So. But I don't know. What do you think of this? I mean, obviously, it's going to be. UK was probably an easy transition for us as American watchers because there's no language barrier or anything like that. It's really just wrestling with an accent. But what do you think is expected out of seeing a Japan and Mexico territory kind of expansion?
I mean, I think they're already working with stuff based on Marvel having a Lucha Libre show essentially.
Oh, okay.
So I wouldn't be surprised if NXT is also like leaning into some sort of kind of stuff like that.
You think it just becomes do you think it'll be an English first show, or do you think it'll be a dubbed over show?
I think the primary would probably be foreign commentators, but I'm sure you'll get English commentary on it.
Yeah, I'd be curious. Are they? Hey, they're coming. This is to get them here in the American WWE. Do we go like these guys have to learn promos in English and shit? Or is it? I'm curious.
I think it'll probably be a mix.
Yeah, I'm really curious what that philosophy is going to be.
Because I'm sure, just like in New Japan, you'll see some American. Because I will eat my hat if Dolph Ziggler doesn't end up in the version of NXT Japan.
No.
That seems like if you're gonna send one main guy over, like one guy to be there to kind of help train up people, and to be like the big bad Gaijin heel, that screams Dolph Ziggler.
Send Bobby Roode with him.
I don't think it's necessary.
Not necessary, but I mean, like
no, but like Dolph works style. Like I'm sure Dolph would love to work New Japan style.
They will love glorious Bobby Roode over there.
Probably.
Yeah,
But he would have to be glorious. He hasn't been glorious Bobby Roode for a while.
Yeah, well, we're just kind of going back to the well on a few things these days, aren't we?
Yeah, but I think he's also been injured. So.
Well, yes, which means there's a lot of time there for us to forget about the Road Dog or whatever the fuck he was called, and what the hell were the Raw Dogs? What was it?
The Dirty Dogs.
Dirty Dogs. Thank you. Raw Dogs. Something
Raw
else.
Dogs. Raw Dog is something very different.
All right, don't look that up either.
Well, now you just ensured that he's gonna look it up.
Anyways, well, on that note, hey, we need to get back around. What did I say?
Wrestling.
What are we going to talk about after the break? I can't remember now because there's apparently the pay-per-view in 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, Roman's on FS1. That's great. He's going to promote the show the next day.
We could also talk about AEW.
All right, let's do that after a break because I need a break after that one. All right. First of all, hey, give a shout out to our friends supporting Pittsburgh Podcasting for the perfect pepperoni pizza, New York City style yins are made. This show or the things around this show, and you and the audience, we've been growing over the last 15 years, and I know over the last decade, we've been supported by, and it's been really cool in that to see the support and the growth of our friends at Slice on Broadway. New York City style yins are made, Beachview, Carnegie, the East End, and the North Hills. And now, Mike, a fifth location.
Uh-oh.
Down in Southside Works. They
Wow.
built a whole, like, it's a mini pizza bar, like, they built right down there.
So
in
down
the
by
South
the
Hills.
Opera House.
Yeah, it is down by the Hofbräu House and the Cheesecake Factory, motherfucker. Actually, we don't talk about the Hofbräu House anymore. I'll tell you why after the break.
Okay.
We don't fuck with the Hofbräu House anymore.
Okay. Oh,
They
okay. I was
are
unaware of this.
problems. They may have screwed up something I was working on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Big problem. So thank you, Slice on Broadway. Fuck Hofbräu Haus. Don't put that on the ad. So we're going to the break, and Mike, we got, like, listen, we got a sponsorship of sorts, and I have a video to play, and then you're going to get your break. So I have no introduction for this, so we're just going to play the video, and we'll be right back after this.
Mad Mike says he's mad, but he's always seen smiling. Mad Mike lives in New York State, but his favorite football team is the Cowboys. Mad Mike incorrectly pronounces Carnegie. Mad Mike doesn't believe YouTube is real. Mad Mike always believes the ball guy when he tells the ref they pulled his hair.
Paid for by the committee to get less mad about wrestling.
On live. We are live now. We on Grind City TV Network.
I be getting on another level because I think on another level. I don't sit up and I don't be like I could put names out there right now, and I'm a realist.
Santana Diamond's going to where he is dangerous. I've seen this man do some aerial moves. For a man his size, unbelievable. Has him, drops that elbow right on the chair.
We are back, the Wrestling Mayhem Show, and we played a little bit of audio. If you're with us on the podcast here before the break, it was an interesting ad with some interesting allegations. Mike, I'll let you have the floor for rebuttal.
All right. First of all, Sorg pays me contractually to have a smile on my face during the show. So I mean that's granted, it's $0, but still, it's part of the.
There's a dollar sign in front of that, so it counts.
Yeah, it's part of the social contract you sign when you do a video podcast. Trust me, when we were audio, I had the biggest scowl.
Frowns all day.
Ever. Frown City.
That's why we stopped doing it in person.
You know King Frown, who used to email to the podcast. That was my alter ego.
Don't Google it.
Yeah, don't Google it. But no, I'm just but all right. So Sorg, I don't know if I take kindly to being personally attacked
Hmm.
on this program that I'd like to say I'd help build.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you. I agree. That was that kind of came out of left field.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, all right. I don't even know how to address everything. Like calling out my favorite football team.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the football teams in New York? They're dog shit.
It's not a lot of choice. Not a lot of choice there.
Two of them have been beaten soundly by Tom Brady for nigh on a decade and a half. And the Giants?
Mm-hmm.
The Giants. Let me tell you a story about Mad Mike and the Giants. The only 2 times I've ever rooted for the Giants was when they were in Super Bowls against Tom Brady. And guess what? They fucking won. So Giants fans should be happy that I rooted for them exactly 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I live in New York, and my favorite hockey team is the Penguins. So I mean, you know, why not attack me for that? It just seems like someone who has an anti-cowboy bias. Which, by the way, we should get Cowpoke Paul on to talk about.
Ooh.
It sounds like someone has an anti-cowboy bias.
No wonder you guys get along so well.
Yeah, it sounds like someone has an anti-cowboy
right.
bias, and you know, I get that. As a Cowboy fan since the early '90s, I've been getting that all my life, roughly. As far as the Carnegie thing, see, I said it for you.
Well, you said it.
I said it for you.
Wow!
Sorg. The way I see it, I had a friend in college who pronounced bagel as bagel.
Oh,
exactly. See, that seems awkward to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did I give her crap for it? No, I didn't. Because sometimes people just talk differently.
Mm-hmm.
We have different affectations. We put the emphasis on the wrong syllables. So now when it comes to the name Andrew Carnegie, because that's how it's pronounced in every film reel I've ever heard, I think there's a subtle difference there. But when it comes to the city, sure, Carnegie. Say it however you want. God, I don't even. The Sorg, this ad is slanderous. Slanderous. And actually, it's slanderous and libel because there are words on the ad as well. But I mean, and as far as the believing bald wrestlers when they say they got their hair pulled, I don't believe bald people.
Wait, as a
Just
whole?
Yes.
Oh,
as a
just
whole.
as a role. Okay.
As a whole, I don't trust them. If I can see myself in the top of your head, I don't trust.
So this phrase, no hair, don't care, actually does kind of apply in the long run.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right.
But that doesn't mean like if I was a
All right.
referee in a match with a bald person, I'm not going to believe that they had their hair pulled.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, and getting less mad about. First of all, I was not the one who gave myself the name Mad Mike. This is a She-Hulk scenario. I've just empowered myself.
Okay.
Yeah. And apparently, according to friend of the show Sue, I'm Mad Max. Because, she couldn't get the mic part right. So
What is a name? What is a name these days?
What is a name, Sorg? And Sorg, so all right. So let me break down this ad. They want me to be less mad about wrestling, but they also get mad when I smile. Make up your fucking mind.
No, I think it's a look at the contradiction happening there.
But it's a contradiction inside their own ad.
Well, I mean, the contradiction. The ad is the
The ad is the contradiction.
Speaking of contradictions,
you can't spell contradiction without AD. That's what I say.
Speaking of contradictions, let's talk about AEW.
Ha! Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Transitions.
Yes.
So I don't know what else was happening. I don't know. Well, actually, we watched most of AEW before the show last week, I suppose. I don't know what is happening out of there. I see MLB playoff players are scissoring. So
it's the Phillies. We don't acknowledge them.
oh, okay. That's. I told you. Did I talk about on here when I found myself accidentally in a Phillies bar during a playoff game?
I'm honestly surprised you didn't get tetanus from it.
Me too. But
Philadelphia.
There's a accusation dropping in the chat room asking if the ad was from an uncredited professor.
It sounds like something that asshole would do.
Yeah. Yes.
Ever since I ran him off the show for
for
being smarter.
Take that, smart people.
No, I'm all for smart people.
Oh, okay.
I am one of them. Just know who's smarter than you and don't go after them.
Oh boy.
That's what I say.
What else we got going on?
I got degrees, motherfucker. See, it's still up there.
Motherfucker. Good news.
Degree in pro wrestling, Sorg.
Yeah, there it is up there with the post-it.
Degree in
There it
pro
is.
wrestling.
That looks official. That does.
Yeah,
Yep.
it absolutely is.
Yep. Good AEW women's wrestling news.
Okay.
Willow is officially signed.
Yes. Should have happened a long time ago.
I didn't realize she wasn't. So she's had like 2 title shots. So she's
How
around.
impact of them to give people who are
She just hangs out and everything. But they're like, hey, wait, we haven't signed you yet? Hey, sign here. Take this. So did you see the bar scene from Rampage?
Oh, I didn't actually get it. There was a reason I couldn't watch Rampage.
There's several.
I forget what it was.
going around social media a lot. It was the Russian in 10.
Oh, okay, yes, I did see that.
They played like a different version of it on the show that didn't include Tony Khan at the end of the bar. But it had all the pretense of the two of them arguing before he shows up. But
Tatiana's on Twitter saying, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. I thought I grabbed all the feathers."
I found 2 today. One in Jeff and the other one by the sink for some reason in the bathroom. I'm like, what happened here? Who got plucked in the studio this weekend?
Phrasing.
I'm bringing it back, Mike.
And I'm quote tweeting her and just putting what you just said.
But did you see did you see the social media thing with the belt with Orange?
I saw the one with Tony Khan.
Okay, all right, thank you for that. I love We Can Play. I love that this is the R-Truth of AEW almost, kind of. Not I know, not a direct comparison, but the fun thing, you know what I mean, that we can play with. 2 weeks of Nene already driving wedges between teammates, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I already feel like Renee Paquette is a better signing than Saraya. I already
agreed, like especially after watching Hey EW this week.
Oh, Hey EW was wonderful this week.
Yes.
Why isn't RJ City a main focus on AEW?
Because they have 50 other people to focus on. But I don't think I guess he's wrestling a little bit, but I don't
even think RJ City is signed to AEW.
He's a contractor to do that YouTube show. I mean,
yeah, but I don't think he's all elite.
No, he's definitely not all elite. But I mean, in the way that like is Marvez backstage all elite. You know what I mean? Like he's an extra hire. You know, he's a I don't know. I don't think he's in a position for that to be as important. The fact that the show continues is what's important, right? As long as because Lexi Nair, but you also don't know what this can turn into because Lexi Nair had that interview show for a while, which was fantastic. Okay, and now she's doing backstage interview stuff. I think I feel that his YouTube show is probably doing better. And you know that's yeah. So I think don't worry. I think RJ is fine. Don't worry for RJ.
I'm not. I just want more of him. That's all.
Oh, well, don't we all? I mean, listen, you have a lot of Mike. I know.
I
I
want
know.
RJ.
I know. There's rumors out there that you allegedly don't believe in YouTube, but there's a lot of opportunity for RJ City on YouTube. There's
We're on YouTube right now.
We are, especially since Facebook doesn't work.
Like, who said I didn't believe in YouTube?
I said, hey, it was on TV, so I believe it.
I said Tony Khan doesn't believe in YouTube because in every interview I've seen with him, he doesn't count Dark and Dark Elevation shows he produces.
One of these days, we're gonna get Mad Mike into a media scrum and watch him.
No, we're probably not. I'm gonna put a firm kibosh on that one.
All right, then one day we're gonna get
because I'm old, I'm tired, and I work with fucking children.
All right, we're gonna get Dave Ponder to a media scrum.
That I'm all for.
Okay, all right, because he asked the same
and
questions
actually,
usually.
you know what? Let's get Riz in a scrum.
Oh my God, yes.
Let's get Riz in a scrum.
Riz in a scrum sitting beside RJ City.
Yes.
All this needs to happen. This needs to happen.
Absolutely.
Jeez.
And RJ City is just daintily eating pedophores as he's running down the entire AEW roster.
Listen, man. I don't know if you've noticed this about me, but I like taking people and putting them in positions that maybe make them uncomfortable, but hopefully turn them like the back of a VW.
Like the back of a Volkswagen.
Thank you. That's the phrase. I'm sorry.
Yep.
God, I just watched that recently. Why did I remember it? Fuck. That kills my entire point I was trying to make there. I like to give people opportunities. Let's put it that way. To rise above. I believe. I've said this. I think I used to say it publicly a lot more back in the day, but I believe the people around me are superstars. Okay. Like literally, like the people I hang out with on a relatively regular basis, and this of course translates to the pro wrestlers that we obviously interact a great deal with. You know, it's like I believe they should be on the show, and they should be put in front of people. And if this is a thing that helps them get to the next thing, and a lot of people do attribute the show to some things that came up for them, which came into bigger things, and then some people are just, you know, at Comic-Con with belts in town, you know, that kind of thing. But I believe, you know, obviously you at the show, you know, the people we have on the show, like Riz, like, man, there's something for Riz, okay, and I'm gonna find it, okay. It's my mission is to find the Riz thing, you know. And that could be it.
Honestly, you know what it is? We need to set up between two ferns, but for wrestling.
Isn't that what AEW is?
Not really, because that's I don't think so anyway.
Okay. Adjacent.
Yeah,
though.
it's adjacent.
Adjacent to the idea.
Yeah.
But it is like a little bit of a pro wrestling cable access show. It is a little bit like an actual pro wrestling cable access show, because we had one of those around here. Those guys were great. We had them on the show. Did we have them? They had to be. We had them on Indie Mayhem show, I think. But anyways, no, they were actually great interviewers, and they always did like the Superstar show when we went up to Meadville, and we'd grab the guys and do interviews.
Meadville.
Watch it, Mike. You're going to get another attack ad if you keep that up.
Bring it on. I you know me. I welcome these sorts of things.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, so hey, let's listen. There's a lot of past friends of the show that now have a lot more money and TV time that could afford that campaign ad for the production on that thing.
Technically, I have more money than I did back in the day too. So
I mean, don't we all?
I just don't have the video processing skills to run an attack ad myself.
We can open source that thing. But anyways, it kind of is actually.
Sure, it was.
It
didn't seem very professional.
It didn't seem very.
I'm just saying. No, it was slanderous and chicanerous.
Have you chicanerous?
I'm quoting Key and Peele. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
deplorable.
Okay, I was gonna say that. I know. It's like
Oh no, it was very professionally made. Like,
Okay.
I'm not arguing the quality.
Okay.
I'm not who am I to argue quality? I'm just saying content. Not very professional.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, I got nothing else. Mike, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
Oh God, we're jumping there.
Yes. I think we've done enough damage for one night.
Wow. So we're being all damage control over here. Damage control.
Yes, but spelled right.
It's spelled correctly.
Is it now?
It's well, you can't use the actual full word control.
Yes, I know.
That's owned by Disney, Sorg.
Mm-hmm. And we are not fucking with them.
Nope.
What did you learn from wrestling this week? Chat room in YouTube, apparently. Hit me up.
I learned that The Rock may not become president, but he is building a cabinet.
Okay.
As his he's using his younger self in other places. Which I'm telling you, if WWE were more like Lucha Underground, that man would get trained and he would show up as a time traveling version of The Rock.
I can't say that he's not trained if the way they're using him in the
I mean,
show.
yeah, sure.
I mean, like I think he's been putting it in unless they're using a lot of stunt actor stuff.
God. Like, honestly, if Young Rock ever gets canceled and that guy decides he wants to pursue a role in WWE, I'm just saying he should be the one to break up the schism. I'm just saying. Could you imagine that? That would be wonderful.
That'd be great. Yeah.
But what I the other thing I learned is that one thing I wanted to talk about, Duke Hudson. Do you remember the Duke Hudson skit from Halloween Havoc with Chase U?
Yes.
Duke Hudson has been. I like Duke Hudson a lot. I think it's a shame what happened to the angle that he was working with, because Dexter got let go and Persia Parada got let go because they were having a really good bit with Index and Duke and Persia. Like they were having a really good mixed tag team feud going on there. But Duke Hudson gives off big, if I were e-fetting now, this would be my character profile picture energy. And I think that's a really good compliment. Because he looks like generic enough where he could be any guy that you'd see in a Gold's Gym at 3 p.m. on a Thursday. But at the same time, he has that quality that he's on TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
I learned. I did an MMA show this weekend, and one thing I learned, or at least I'm seeing a trend, and I can't remember how it fell with everything, but I've noticed a trend previously. If you are an MMA fighter and you come out to a wrestling theme or have kind of more of an elaborate costume entrance situation, you usually don't have good chances. From my limited experience around the MMA world over the last year. Mike, we heard the Triple H theme twice in one night.
Was it the same Triple H theme?
Yes.
That's troubling.
Yep, Skulls in Latin. Yep, time to play the game. I'm like, and we're like, at least come out to my time. Come on.
Or if you're fancy, come out to the Hunter Hearst Helmsley theme.
Ooh, okay.
And just bow to your opponent before kicking him in the head. That'd be wonderful.
Mike, I'm going to be around the wrestling this weekend. Actually, starting Thursday. I'm going to be tagging along. We are going to be lending a hand to the New Japan show in New York City. Mike, in Times Square, Thursday and Friday. Wow. I will be at the Thursday event, and then I will be heading spending Friday at Newark Airport. It's probably most of my afternoon, to be honest, because I'm not entirely sure where I'm staying yet. But yeah, no, I'm going to be hanging out, checking out I'll probably be doing something. But we're going to be doing some behind the scenes stuff there, and I will also be. And I believe the Thursday show is the mystery show. Like none of the matches are going to be announced in advance. But the card for, by the way, and this is a pay-per-view. I don't think this is included on New Japan World because they're kind of separating some of these as separate pay-per-views on Fight. They'll probably be up in about a month on New Japan World if you subscribe to that. Real quick, Okada and Kingston versus Jay White and Juice Robinson is one of the matches on here. Let's see, Fred Rosser is going to be defending his championship. The former Darren Young, Mike, is the New Japan Strong Championship, which is the kind of the American championship there right now. Suzuki versus Clark Connors. I see Aussie Open. We've been seeing them, of course. Oh, Aussie Open versus the Motor City Machine Guns versus, and you won't know, DKC and Kevin Knight. El Fantasma versus Shingo Takagi. So it looks like it's going to be a fun show there. I will see the show before, apparently. So, and then I will be at Defy Wrestling in Seattle this weekend, behind the 1s and 2s, the video 1s and 2s, I suppose. So that's more the 3s and 4s, right? So seems right.
I would say so.
I'd say so. That is going to be crazy. That is also going to have one Minoru Suzuki. Oh God, who's his opponent? I can't remember. Tina's going to tell me in the chat room in just a moment, I'm sure. That is going to be Kingdom Come over there. Oh, geez, it's just Minoru Suzuki versus Tom fucking Lawler.
Oh boy, that's going to be violent.
Now, last time I was there in April, we were on Pluto TV. This is going to be their first ever Fight pay-per-view, by the way. We were on Pluto TV, and that was one of the bloodiest matches that wasn't a death match between Moxley and Tom Lawler. So I am really interested. Also, Ultimo Dragon teaming with Nick Wayne against Gringo Loco and El Estrella. Who else is on this? I think they're crowning their first women's champion versus Vixen, which I think is a name that we've seen on Dark a lot with Lisa Hall. We also have Second Gear Crew, Matt Justice, and Manders on there. And hopefully I'll have a chance to talk more with Matt Justice about the wrestler. We'll catch up. Davey Richards is going to be on the show as well. So looking forward to that. I know he has some kind of injury lately, but he said he wasn't canceling anything yet. So.
Oh, one other thing I learned. I learned Zac Efron is going to turn movie theaters into the Sportatorium in the 70s.
What?
Have you seen the picture of him as Kevin Von Erich?
No.
You need to look up. Here, I'll retweet it from Ryan Satine's account.
I'm doing a quick search for it right now.
Yep, just look up Zac Efron.
Extremely. Oh, this is I've seen this around. Okay, I've seen this. What the fuck is this website I'm on? Hopefully I can show the picture before.
Before all the pop-ups.
No. That's a fish.
Just bring it up on Twitter.
That is a fish sandwich. That is popping up.
It's not even Lent.
I know,
Who's
right?
advertising a fish sandwich?
I don't know. The Daily Mail, apparently. Jeez, where'd you retweet it? On yours?
I retweeted, Ryan Satine's tweet.
Okay, we'll get that for the ladies out there.
But I really want to know what this fucking Von Erich movie's gonna be.
Holy shit, dude! He's bigger than Von Erich.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell?
He's wild.
Jeez. There's Von Erich. There's him. Holy shit. You know what? They don't test for on movies.
No, but Zac Efron's always been like cut. He just got muscle.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, if you're on Patreon, stay tuned to your post. We're going to be doing an after talk segment, and that will be posted relatively quick, I think, over on the Patreon. So look out for that this week. However, we're going to talk about Mike Black Adam, and can I talk to you about Amsterdam, perhaps?
Sure.
Since that's the thing I watched this week. All right, and thank you, everybody. We'll be back next week, 10 p.m. Eastern. Are we sure Zach isn't playing Kerry Von Erich?
Pretty
it
sure.
It says Kevin in the tweet.
Yeah.
So I know he looks like more Kerry in shape, doesn't he? So, liberties, I guess. I'm going to keep getting swole. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Mayhem out.
Parental discretion is advised.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.